Every console from the early 90s really needed a solid Mortal Kombat clone. Well, maybe not needed. But I'm the Game Collector, and this is Second Opinion Games, and today we do a review and opening of Kasumi Ninja for the Atari Jaguar.
Second Opinion Games.
Okay, so what is a Mortal Kombat clone? Well, for me, it needs about three things. And that is loads of blood, finishing moves, and a block button. Kasumi Ninja here does not have a block button. It's the standard push back to block. And you know what? That's a shame, because it really needs a block button. See, the C button here is used to do the special moves. It's all a matter of hold C and do some type of rotation, or forward back, or back forward. Crazy stuff like that. And not really using the B or A button at all for that. The problem is some of the characters, their special moves are so fast that when you're holding back, the game programmers really messed up because you won't block. She'll just tear right through you. And sometimes you will block. It's very confusing and disorienting, and if they just would have added a block button, it would have worked fine. So when we start up the game, the main screen actually looks really good. And the voice sampling here is pretty great as well. Overall, the graphics are a bit uglier than what you would expect. There's digitized sprites in there, and they didn't particularly do the best job on them. However, the game does have music, and it's really not that bad. It's just sort of average. So, what about the fatalities? Well, they're decent, and at the end of the video, I will show you all of them. Each character only has one, by the way. And another reason why this game is often called the Mortal Kombat clone is because some of the characters loosely resemble Mortal Kombat characters. And some of the moves loosely resemble moves in Mortal Kombat. And that's about where the similarities end. Because the moves themselves, the special moves, are total garbage. They sound weak, except for some of the projectiles, which sound freaking amazing. However, next to every other sound effect in the game, it's very disorienting. And another thing is everything does around the same amount of damage, which means pulling off a super awesome special move that requires up to 5 button presses, as in hold C, back, forward, just to do a simple move that takes as much damage as a standard jump kick, and you mostly have yourself a pretty broken game here. Now, there was one aspect that they didn't rip off from Mortal Kombat, and that's the ability to choose your character in a somewhat normal way. No, instead, you're in a first-person view, and you scroll around to find the character you want, and select them. It would have been a lot easier with a 2D screen, but no, they went this weird 3D route just to show off the horsepower of the Jag. And they really didn't need to do this at all. No one was turning to Kasumi Ninja because they wanted the next greatest fighting game. However, Mortal Kombat 2 was already out and doing gangbusters on the Super Nintendo and the Sega Genesis, and both of those looked better than Kasumi Ninja does. So what is Kasumi Ninja's purpose? Well, it was the Mortal Kombat clone on the system. And I'm not talking about Mortal Kombat 2, I'm talking about Mortal Kombat 1. That's what they were trying to compete against. However, they were about 5 years out of the curve on this. They really should have decided to scrap this whole thing and develop something better, or try something new. Instead, they rehashed old ideas, some of them that worked, but most of them that didn't work very well, and shove it into this package. Speaking of the package, let's open it up and have a look. Okay, absolutely no one wanted it, but here it is. Here is my factory sealed box of Kasumi Ninja. And it does have a very nice factory seal. It's a shame I'm going to have to open it up. Now, some of the earlier boxes actually said that it comes with a headband, and I actually love the headband. I used to mow my lawn with it. Don't worry, I didn't lose any friends over it because I lived out in the country, and I didn't have any friends. But, so let's see what's inside this box. I believe this is your standard Jaguar affair. We got the insert here, big empty box, the free stuff that comes with it, and it's in a bag. Some of the earlier Jaguar games also didn't put them in the bag. And you might ask yourself, what are those games in the background there? Those are Jaguar games I have not yet reviewed. So, in the future, that's coming up. Also, if you want to see me unbox my pristine Super Burnout, leave a comment saying which. Otherwise, maybe I'll just shelve it and never unbox it ever. So, leave me a comment on that. But the manual feels all pretty good. And there it is. Okay, there's a couple more things I want to touch on real quick here, because I don't want to make this video too long, guys. You don't need to spend that much of your life worrying about Kasumi Ninja. And that's when you start the game, you have a red ninja and a blue ninja. You have to defeat people to unlock the other characters. Now, luckily, the game does let you select a new character after every single round. And one of the cool things about this game is you could pick who you fight next. And that is something I really absolutely love, and fighting games at the time did not do. When you get to the end of the game, you reach a gray ninja, which goes its best 3 out of 5 rounds for him instead of the standard 2 out of 3, which I do like as well. That really ups the ante a bit. If you do a fatality against this ninja, you'll fight against the end boss. Otherwise, you'll get the bad ending. Now, the end boss is just a crazy dragon-like thing, guy in a red suit. I don't even know what the heck's going on here. Honestly, this is the ugliest character in the game, and the other characters don't look so good as well. Matter of fact, some of them seem a little bit racist. But we'll let that go. Guys, if you want a super great fighting game for the Jaguar, I'm sorry. This is definitely not the game for you, and I let you down on that. I apologize. But if you want something to have a couple minutes and have a good laugh about, because that's what you'll end up doing if you try and play this game somewhat serious. You'll just end up laughing and staring at the ridiculous fatalities like, what the heck just happened? Well, get it for that anyway. But that's just my opinion. Thanks for watching. And without any further ado, here are all the fatalities in the game. Thanks again.
Habaki wins. Alaric wins. Okay. Angus wins. Jackie wins. Senzo wins. Show no mercy. Tundra wins. Danger wins. Mercy. Makawa wins.